get ready with me while I talk about how to use AI to help with your health. First, I usually tell it who to act as. I will usually pick a functional medicine doctor or somebody specific that I follow and like and trust, such as act as Mark Hyman. And then I'm going to give it all the information that I have to make sure it's really detailed. I even make my own GPT with a little pre-prompt, and I upload specific documents from Mark Hyman that I like so that it has more of a basis towards him. And then I will say, here's my height, weight, gender, my blood work, my body fat percentage, all my issues that I'm having. And I try not to bias it with anything that I think the problem could be, because I don't want it to just go down that route specifically. So I'll give all that information, and then I will be able to chat back and forth with it for a while to see what it thinks it could be and any tips and advice it has, such as take these specific supplements or go and get this checked by your doctor. What I really like it for is especially the supplements that it'll give. It'll look at my blood work and be able to say, here's everything I think you should be taking, and based off these symptoms, here's what it could be. Of course, it's not medical advice and it can hallucinate things. You always want to double check, but it really gives a nice basis of what you can start with. Like, I'm taking Nutrafol that I recommended, and an iron supplement, and vitamin D3, and a bunch of different other ones. And I'm using an app just to be able to track all the supplements that I'm taking. But it's been really helpful in giving specific ones. I'll even have it like analyze different supplements and which brand might be better. And I feel like that's a strength that it has. It'll also kind of tell you, here's different foods you can eat. I try not to focus on, oh, let's just be skinnier. I really want to work on what can I get to be healthier, and what supplements and nutrients should I add to my diet, not like what things should I just take away, because we all know we should be eating less carbs and less junk food, less soda, less sugar. We all know that. But what can I add to my diet to make it more enjoyable? I'll give it, for example, a basic, here's what my meal is. What can I add to this meal to make it more nutritious? Not how can I just reduce my calories? And I find that's really the most helpful for me in getting to my goals, is how can I add things to make it healthier? Give me a workout plan. So far, it's given me a lot of things, but the things that I've really enjoyed the most is being able to have something back and forth real quick, being able to take pictures of my food and kind of estimate different macros, and also here's a food plan, here's a health workout plan, and once again the supplements I feel like is really big. I think a big thing to remember is it's a tool and it can be inaccurate, but it can be really helpful just depending on how you utilize it, to remember that it could make up stuff. Take everything with a grain of salt and continue to use it just to better your overall health. I feel like just even having that chat feature of quick questions and frustrations you might be having, or if you need some motivation, is really helpful on top of everything else that it gives. So I'll go ahead and share some GPTs and prompts and link them, and let me know if you have any questions.